Sorry if this video is a little lazy. I just recorded my last loop, or the end of my last loop on the ABR trail, because as I had the footage anyway, I thought I would post it. The ABR video event itself went really well. I really enjoyed it. Met some new people, which is always good, and saw various talks. Did the Bridgestone trail a couple of times, which was good fun. I know a lot of people think, it's maybe not challenging, or maybe even too challenging if you're a beginner, but I think they balance actually really well. If you are kind of a little bit more intermediate, you can kind of set your own challenges if you like, going around there. And if you're a beginner, it's challenging but doable, and that was the general feedback that I got from other people who give it a go, and their confidence increased by doing it a couple of times as well, which is really cool. I saw various talks, and they were generally good as well. Talking with some of the kind of motorcycle celebs along the way, and that was good fun. Making fun of Chris Birch for his slight mishap on one of the routes, which I'm sure will be talked about in different circles, and also talked quite a lot to people like various others, and I quite like that event. It's accessible in that way. You can kind of walk around, talk to whoever you like, and generally people are open and welcome. And I think maybe even more so this year for some reason. I don't know whether it was the size of the event, therefore it kind of amplified the effect. But generally speaking, it was really easy going, and generally it felt like you were there with people that you knew, even if you didn't know. And I also met up with people who I had met at the event in previous years, and that was fun. So yeah, overall, it was a good event. The camping itself, as always, a little bit less sleep maybe the first night. I'm pretty good at camping generally, but if anything, I was woken by other people struggling to sleep and rustling around in their own tents and stuff, which is fair game and fine. And it was fun with various people with different levels of hangover over a couple of days as well, but all standard event fare, I would say. That's all the news I had really. Thanks to KTM. I visited the KTM stand. I had a very small kind of noise that I was not concerned about, but just wanted to check, and they were kind enough to move me into the service station and check that for me, and ultimately there was no real problems there. I've got a service coming up fairly soon, so I'll sort it out as part of that. And the bike itself performed really well, and I think that I didn't do any test rides because it's just a bit of a faff kind of getting on the schedule. It can be blurry, but I wasn't tempted by any other bike. I'm sure if I rode some, maybe it would have been just part of the risk, and maybe one of the reasons why I didn't. But the Ducati looks pretty nice, I have to say. Again, because of the cost and the general kind of barrier to entry of things, I don't think I would actually be genuinely tempted. But if I was, maybe I would consider the Desert X. But yeah, beyond that, I tried the BMW just standing and stuff, and it felt very upright, and the off-road position, from what I know, didn't feel right to me. I don't know how I should be able to dial that in. I know Brake Magazine did a review on that recently, which maybe tracks with that overall, so I kind of discounted that, even though the 900 looks quite nice. But yeah, whole set of stories from that, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching again, and take care. If you were at the event and watching this to see yourself, leave a note in the comments or whatever if you see yourself. I didn't do too much recording, like I say, so maybe not. But yeah, hopefully you had a good event if you're there, and catch you all soon.